Hey everyone, and welcome back to Baby Christian Diaries. So, I recently uploaded a vlog where I was talking about how I want February, the month of February, to be about spending time with God and like giving up my distraction or like giving up some things that have distracted me from time with God. But I've also realized within the past day or two that it's also been about God's timing, and that's shown itself in multiple ways. Things just kind of coming together in an undeniable way. So instead of just kind of sitting and talking to you guys about it, I've filmed another vlog for the past week, and for some of it I'm gonna be a little voiceover, and for some of it I will talk to you in the vlog. So let's just get into that. It is still Saturday night, so it's pretty much right where I left off the last vlog. But before I moved on, I wanted to show you guys my Jesus Adventure jar. When I feel like I have nothing to do, this has like a whole bunch of things that I can do other than be on my phone. So I think I'm gonna shake this up. I'm gonna pick something. Actually, I might pick two out of the jar. The different colors represent different seasons. So like yellow and green will be the spring and summer activities, like stuff I can do outside. And then red is for fall and blue is for winter. And then the pink is stuff that I can do year round. So I might pick a blue one and a pink one just to see what it says. It's gonna be a little bit hard because I only have the one hand. I don't have my tripod with me right now. I made this. Well, I didn't make the jar, but I decorated it. It used to have like stuff drawn on it. I wiped it off though because it was with a chalk marker and it wasn't staying. But anyway, here's a better look at the lid. One blue says Bible study at the library. I don't think my local library is open on Sundays. I'm not super sure. I might be able to do this next Saturday. So I'm gonna keep that one in mind. And then this pink one says Secret Place Sunrise, which means I'm gonna go outside before the sun comes up and watch the sunrise and pray. It's a little cold out there, but honestly, if I'm being honest, I've picked out of this jar several times today, and almost every time I've picked this exact slip of paper, cardstock. Secret Place Sunrise. It's gonna be cold, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna book a study room at the library for next Saturday, and I'm gonna do Secret Place Sunrise. I've never done this before, but I thought the name of it sounded so cute. So it's gonna be dark out there, so I don't know if I'll take my Bible out there, but I might just go out and pray. I also have to figure out exactly around what time the sun will rise, so figure it out. So now that I've done that, I'm going to take a shower, and then I'm gonna clean and reset this apartment for the morning. There's not much to do, just like some dishes and stuff, but yeah. I just want to complete this night routine so that I am set up. So I'm setting myself up for success in the morning, and I will see you guys in the morning. I'm telling you, every time I go to film, this is what we do. This is what happens. Okay. Well, it's been a good day so far. I went to church. I got home at like 11, ate lunch, edited the vlog that was supposed to go up today but probably won't. I also took a nap. So I'm going to read my Bible a little bit more. I read, I think, 4 chapters of John last week, which I think is the most chapters I've read in a week, which means I only have 3 chapters to go. So yeah, that's one of my goals this week, is to finish John. And then I think the next book on my list is James, which I know is a shorter one. Is it James? I feel like it's James, but I'll tell you if I'm wrong. I'm going to get reading on that and probably get back to editing. There is a Bible study that I want to go to tonight. I have to get, it's from 5 to 7, so not super late, which I love. Oh, I also need to add to my bullet journal for the week. I still haven't done that yet, so I'm actually going to do that first. You know, trying to do all the work in my bed is probably not the best for my productivity, but I'm already here and I'm comfortable and I have a blanket. So this is where we're at today. That verse right there. That verse is going to come back. If you can't read the verse on the screen, it is James chapter 1, verses 2 through 3. If you didn't see it, that was the verse of the day from the Bible app on Sunday, February 8th. On Sunday of every week, I'll take the verse of the day and I'll write it down in that week. I can show you what it looks like. Now, you'll notice when I show you this that I kind of stopped filling it out midway through the week. In this video, you will see why. So I filmed this clip on this day and wrote the verse of the day down right here. James chapter 1, verses 2 through 3, NLT version. When I wrote that verse down in this journal, I was not aware of what was coming this week, because obviously I can't see into the future. But God can, and I learned that firsthand this week, and that's all I'll say for now. Let's just get back into it. I don't really know if I've ever explained this, and I don't have my mic on, so I'm sorry if the audio sounds weird. But every chapter that I read twice before I move on to the next one. So like I'm on chapter 19 now, and I've already gone through and underlined, and I've like written down, I've made note of the verses that I want to reflect on, I guess. So after that, I go through back to the beginning of the chapter, and then I like reflect on them in my notebook. The reason I do that is because sometimes it does take me reading it twice to really understand what I'm reading. So those times when I say that I'm on the same chapter of John forever and ever and ever, it's not because I'm not reading it, it's because like it's just taking me a long time to get through everything that I took note of. Like for example, chapter 19, I have a lot of verses that I want to pause and think about more. So this might be like, my goal is to finish John this week, but it just depends on how long it takes me to get through each chapter. Yeah, I just wanted to explain that really quick, but I'm gonna get started on this. Why did it have to be lead tipped? So I haven't filmed much today. I think I just filmed a little bit in my car this morning, and it was just me reading. But honestly, that's all I really want to do today. I was supposed to go to a Bible study today. I won't go into why that hasn't worked out just yet. If I feel like I should, then I will. I don't really feel the need to do that right now. It didn't work out. I'll try again next week or the week after. But basically, I'm just gonna kind of sit here and read until I finish John. I am in the middle of chapter 20 right now. There's only 21 chapters in the book. So that's what I want to do. I just want to finish John today. If that means that's all I do for the entire night, then hey, that's a good way to spend my night, right? But I'm not going to film it because I just kind of want it to be a moment. I just feel like I need to spend time with Jesus today. And I've said before that I'm just going to use this night to spend time with Jesus, and I don't do it. But this time is different. I really just want to spend some time with Jesus. So I'll either film tonight after I finish, or I'll see you guys in the morning. One of the two. Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, February 10th. And I just want to say, if anybody watching this has never taken a prayer walk, like you're just walking and talking to God, I think out loud is most impactful, for me at least. If you've never taken a prayer walk, I highly suggest it. I'm gonna be honest, I've been stressing about work. I've been stressing about money, specifically not having enough. I get paid hourly, and with the snowstorms that hit at the end of January, it caused like a snow day, and then a 2-hour delay, and then a 1-hour delay, and I don't get paid for like those snow days or the delays or anything. So my paycheck was like super like cut short. And I've been really stressing about it and kind of in a panic. Like today I just kind of spiraled a little bit, and then I went to take Journey out for a walk, and I just talked to God out loud, and I just felt so much peace afterward. And I still feel it now. I don't know, it's just a really good feeling. So whatever you're dealing with, I highly suggest taking it out, like taking it, going for a walk, and just talking to God about it out loud. Whatever you have to say. I was trying to remind myself that God will provide everything I need, and that no matter what happens, I know He's gonna work it out for good. Yeah, it's just I highly suggest. That's pretty much all I have to say. And I'm gonna read for the rest of the time I'm spending in my car today. I finished John last night. I'm starting James today, so I'm gonna do that, and maybe I'll see you later. Hi, everyone. It is Wednesday evening, and I can't lie to you, it has been a very hard week. And I'm not super sure why. I think I've done a lot of worrying this week so far, and we're only halfway there. So, there's time for things to turn around. I will say, I've done pretty good about spending my alone time with God this week. I've done a little bit better about kind of being in the silence with him. It is very hard for me because I can't seem to quiet my brain enough to really sit in the silence with him and just like try to let him speak and hear what he has to say, and listen for those prompts. And my worry, my anxiety has kind of spiked this week. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but in like the last week of January, or maybe, yeah, I think it was the last week of January, several different states, I think, were hit by a pretty bad snowstorm. And I live in Indiana, so we got a lot of it. I don't know if we had it. I don't know if we got the most, but we got a lot. And my clinic that I worked at, it's like a charter school, so they still have snow days. They had a snow day. They had a snow day. They had 2-hour delay the next day, and then a 1-hour delay the day after that. And for all of those snow days and delays, I don't get paid because I'm an hourly worker. And this is not me trying to ask for pity or anything like that. I'm just kind of trying to be honest with you guys. It's been a huge source of stress for me. Now I'm blessed because I had enough resources to make sure that I'm going to get my rent paid. I'm caught up on my bills and everything, and I'm blessed to have family who helps me out when I'm in a really rough spot. But it's still been stressful because I don't want to ask them. I don't want to keep asking my family for money. It's just a really weird subject for me. I don't really know why. And it had me in this whole spiral about taxes and getting that figured out, and I had a panic moment because I was worried that I'm not going to be able to get my dog her food. It was a whole thing, There were layers and layers and layers to the anxious spiral that I dealt with last night. I think I had even mentioned it yesterday morning. It started yesterday morning, and around this time, let's see, it's past 7, a little bit past 7 right now. Around this time last night, it came back, and it came back hard. And I was just a mess, and I panicked before I prayed, which is not something I really realized about myself. And I was thinking, kind of reflecting, talking to God about it, and I think this heavy distraction stuff that I'm dealing with this month, that I'm trying to get a handle on this month, wasting my time on my phone, or but yeah, mostly the phone, like I've said many times. Wasting so much time on my phone is do you hear that? That's the dog in the background. She got a hold of a tennis ball. Anyway, all this time I'm on my phone, it's like an escape from what I know I have to face, the financial situation, for example. I don't want to think about it, so I fill my brain with these mindless things, which I think is the situation that a lot of people, it's a thing that a lot of people do. I'm acknowledging that I'm not the only one who deals with it, but I see the problem is that I'm trying to escape the anxiety instead of giving the anxiety to God. So it's been a rough week. I think it's been a rough week because I've been trying to cut out those distractions, and it's forcing me to face these things that I'm worrying about so heavily. And for some reason, the first thing I think about when I have to, or the first thing that I do when I have to face them is panic, and I don't give it to God. It's all a learning process. After I spent, after I prayed and did another prayer walk this morning and really, really tried to give it to Him and really talked to Him, I did definitely feel more peace, because the reality is that I know that God will provide for me, that He knew that I would be in this situation, and He knows the situation that is coming after, so there is nothing for me to worry about, because He knows what's coming. I don't have to know what's coming because He knows what's coming. And this might go back to the control thing that I talked about forever ago, probably last week's vlog. I have always had this insane need to know what's coming next, to know how things end, and my brain is not built for that. But I've been feeding into that for so long that it's really hard to let things go. It's really hard to not worry. It's really hard to not try to figure out how things are going to end. But nobody ever said that it was going to be easy, to walk with Jesus, to be a Christian. Nobody said that was going to be easy. In fact, everybody said it was going to be hard. Jesus said it was going to be hard. So I'm not bitter about it. And I knew it was coming, I just didn't know when. And maybe I didn't comprehend how hard it was actually going to be. Maybe I thought it was going to be physically hard, but right now it's a huge mental challenge for me, and that's okay, because I know that means that God is working on me. He's working on my faith, and for that I am so grateful. Actually, I'm reading James right now. I have my little notebook right here, and what does he say? It's one of the first lines, I think. It's hard to open it with one hand. I film on my phone. I have to hold my phone. Okay, so James chapter 1, verse 2. Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So let it grow, for when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing. That's verses 2 through 4. This is crazy because I just read that verse yesterday and it didn't hit as hard as it is right now. Everything's gonna be okay. I know that. Moral of the story is that I know God is working all of this for good. I know there is purpose behind the timing of all of this. There's a reason that I'm focusing on there's a reason that I wanted to focus on limiting distractions right now, and why at the same time this huge worry of my financial situation is looming over my head at the same time. There's purpose behind that. It has His fingerprints all over it. And I know that. And I know it's going to be okay, because I know He's going to see me through it. I just have to keep chugging along, and I have to keep having faith. So yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at right now. I don't know how much I'm really going to film for the rest of this week. I have plans for this week. I don't know if they're going to come to pass. They might have to wait until next week, and that's okay. And maybe these plans don't happen at all, and that's okay too. For example, like that that little Adventures with Jesus jar. I had a whole thing. I had planned to revisit that by now, but I haven't gotten there, and that's okay. Everything is okay. That's what I keep telling myself. Everything is okay. Anyway, that's pretty much all I had to say. I'm sorry I got emotional. Hopefully there's not too many moments like that. But, yeah. That's all I got right now. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe that's the end of this vlog. Thanks for sitting through that. And then I proceeded to not film for the rest of the week. And God provided. But let me be honest about it really quick. So the day before I filmed that last clip, I in a panic started the process of like finding a tax expert to like do my taxes for me so I could get my tax return. The whole thing. And I wasn't expecting a ton of money to come back. I just had like no awareness of taxes or like how any of that works. So I didn't know what to expect, but I just expected enough money to like, you know, get through the next couple months. After everything was completed and I was able to see what I was going to get back, like what my tax return was going to be, it was almost double what like the estimate was. And when I finally got to process what that number was, I was in tears. I was saying, thank you, Jesus, thank you, God, thank you for everything. And that feeling of gratitude, and editing this video back and seeing all of the ways that he's just lined this up for me is a feeling that I just can't shake. And I'm so grateful to be in a place in my walk where I can see how he lines things up. I'm so grateful to be that he's brought me to a place in my walk where I don't believe in coincidence. No, I've always said that. I've always said that I don't believe in coincidence, but I've never had evidence for that statement until now. I've never had a moment in my life specifically where I've been so confident that it's God, and I'm so grateful. There are not enough words to thank him enough. And I hope that doesn't sound shallow because the whole topic is like money, but if it does, then it is what it is. I know that I know the meaning behind it all. I know that God knows what's in my heart. I know that he knows my feelings are beyond just money. It's not like I'm sitting here praying to be rich. It's just now having my own evidence, my own life experience to show that he'll provide for me is just so much greater of an impact on my life than what I thought it was going to be. I didn't write any of this down before I sat down to film it, so I don't know if any of my sentences are making sense. I hope I shared this story in a way that somebody else can gain something from it. Either way, I know that if God wants to use it to reach somebody, then he will, no matter how bad I fumble my sentences. So I'm trying not to worry about that too much. Thank you to my Heavenly Father for providing for me and giving me a story to share. I pray that you can use this story in this video to touch somebody, whoever that might be, in whatever situation that they may be in, whether it's financial or beyond that. Thank you for what you've done in my life and what you will do in my life and in the lives of everybody watching this video. Thank you to the viewer for sitting with me and watching this vlog and hearing my story. This theme of time with God and releasing control is not over. As of filming this, there's a couple more weeks left in February, and I also just want to see what else God allows me to share. So I hope you join me for the videos to come this month. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me. If you have any testimony, encouragement, questions, wisdom, anything like that you want to share, please leave them in the comments below. I will do my best to read it and respond to all of them. There are also some links to my Facebook and Instagram accounts, as well as links to the Baby Christian Diaries playlist and to my last video in the description as well. Guys, I'm so excited to see where else God takes me, what else he wants to do with this channel. I don't know his plan. I am trying not to want to know his plan because I want to get out of the way. I just want him to do what he wants to do. So I hope you guys join me for whatever God throws my way next. Until next time, friends.